The Gaza war has taken a heavy toll on diplomatic relations in addition to the high cost for Israel. Tensions between the U.S. and Israel have continued to grow despite President Biden's initial strong support for the Jewish state. Here to speak with us about the current challenges between the U.S. and Israel is Colonel Miri Eisin. Colonel Eisin, thank you so much for joining us today. First off, what is going on between Israel and the U.S. following Biden's phone call to Netanyahu? Is Biden turning his back on Israel?
Never. And I say in that sense that we need to differentiate between the very core, hard U.S. support, and just think of the different terms. There's the prime minister, there's the president, those are two individuals. There are the countries, and that's something broader. And this administration has given enormous backing to Israel throughout. There are a lot of different voices that we hear there, and there are different ways on how different countries view this war. But I think that that basic support is still there. I am not worried that suddenly the United States is going to turn its back on the state of Israel.
Now, it seems the U.S. has acted in solidarity with Israel militarily throughout this 6 months, but continued to talk in the public sphere as if Israel is in the wrong in terms of humanitarian aid, civilian casualties. Is this U.S. criticism of Israel for show?
I don't think it's just for show. And I think that in its own way, we live, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but we do live in our bubble inside Israel. What most people don't understand is how in Israel, we're a country at war. We're sitting here right now trying to figure out if we should be buying a generator because the war against Hezbollah is going to expand, or because we still have both casualties and challenges. Our hostages have not come home. So when we say the humanitarian situation, there's no question whatsoever that in Israel, we view ourselves very strongly. We're looking at it from our point of view. We don't necessarily see everything that's happening on the Gaza side. We have our own opinion about that. And in that sense, I do think that we should listen to others. We don't have to close our ears. And at the end, we're going to act in the way which is the safest for Israel. Part of that is working with the United States, I think.
Now, Israel is undoubtedly fighting a war against the Islamic Republic with its multiple proxies. Is the Biden administration's Iran policy affecting Israel's ability to fight back and defend itself?
Let's not compare Israel to the United States right now as a world power. In that sense, it's saying that what the United States does is the equivalent of Israel. We are most definitely in Israel a regional power. We're a regional power most definitely under attack by Iran, by the proxies, by those who are supporting these horrific voices. Having said that, what the United States can do as a world power, what the United States can do with its enormous both military power, but also its economic and soft power, is something that Israel cannot aspire to. I think that the United States views the set of tools that they have for combating with Iran in a different way. I right now most definitely think that Iran needs to be faced militarily. They're getting away with things that they shouldn't be allowed to. But each country looks at it in a different way.
Now, the ultimate question, is the U.S. going to back off and allow Israel to finish the job? And what can Israel do to ensure that the world understands this necessity of removing Hamas from power?
I feel that our biggest failure in this war has been our lack of capability to convey to the world not just the threat that Hamas is to the existence of the state of Israel, which I didn't think before October 7th, but that the continued, let alone victory of Hamas in standing at the end of this world, what that will do to the rest of the world. We have a lot of work in front of us. I do think that the administration does understand that. They understand the implications of Hamas. We all need to differentiate between the humanitarian, and it's a disaster. I mean, I don't think that the world is making this up, between the humanitarian challenge that is there that we need to access, that we need to do our best, and at the exact same time, we need to destroy Hamas. Let's go hand in hand together on this very important challenge that we have with the United States, not against them.
Colonel Miri Eisin, thank you for your time.
Thank you.